Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nourish Life Apothecary to our channel. It's Julia Gale, and I'm a lymphatic iridologist and certified detox specialist and raw foods cancer coach. And I am the eyes and herbs girl.
Hi, I'm Molly Cover. I am a naturopath practitioner, and I am your toxins and tinctures girl.
And we wanted to come and talk to you today about autoimmune, all things autoimmune. We are very passionate about it. We've built our group around it. We've really built so much of our business around how to handle this because so many people are suffering with autoimmune. So we're going to go into detail about, what it is, how we can help, how you can help yourselves, really. So we're going to just kick it off. Molly's going to kind of start and go into some detail, and then we'll end with some action plans for you.
Yes, I love it. Well, first off, I think it's important to just get into like what is autoimmune. So what is this first off? How do we, kind of determine this? It's going to look different for everybody. And I say that because I think there's so many diagnoses out there now that kind of deal with this one word of autoimmune. And it's really kind of gets down to the basics of the body kind of stops recognizing of what's good, what's bad, what to attack, what not to attack, and kind of loses that awareness of the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things in between. And so we want to wake up the body. We want to get rid of the bad. We want to support the good and regenerate the body. And we want to do all those things and help you to understand to do all these things on your own to heal yourselves, right? And so I think diving into this, it's important to note, autoimmune affects organs, it affects systems, it affects the body systemically, it affects it in all the ways. And so, let's take diabetes, for instance. This is a big one. Whether you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, type 1, type 2, there's so many even diagnoses around that. And so I think it's just important to know, like, okay, what organ is being affected, what systems, and how did I get here? Right? We really want to kind of take inventory. This is not an overnight process. You didn't just wake up one morning and be like, "Oh my gosh, I have diabetes." This has happened over time,
Mhm.
and we want to show you kind of the steps how you got here, and then now show you how we can start reversing those layers through the tools that we're going to give you to do this on your own.
Yeah.
So again, diabetes, again, really affecting the pancreas. This can start out with a weakness in the pancreas, even passed down bloodline related,
Mhm.
right? Like this isn't just something necessarily that we're born with, but it could be generationally a weakness or an emotional weakness, even. I know, weird to say that, but emotions are intertwined with all this, and you're going to learn more about that as we go on,
True.
right? But so the pancreas is now congested, it's weak, it's tired, it's all the things. And so over time, it stops really working at 100%, right? So the insulin, the sugar processing, the awareness of all of it, and now it's even kind of starting to attract toxins because it's become weak. So we're getting the parasites in there, we're getting the fungus in there, we're getting all the things. And so like I said, the buildup of really any disease, but we're, talking about the autoimmune, is that accumulation over time of
Yeah.
what you have accumulated, maybe what diet you have or have not been doing, right? Which we want to talk about. It's not a diet, it's nutrition, it's a lifestyle, it's, replenishing your body with all the good things. And so now what steps do I take after I have this awareness and have these tools, right? So that's really what we want to get into today. But I think the first step is really learning, okay, the diagnosis. So what organ and system am I dealing with? And how have I got here? Like, what have I, accumulated over the years? And what habits have I been doing that maybe have not served me well? So,
Exactly. Well, and we talk so much about the lymphatic system, and you were saying these are
yes,
areas of being stagnant, and
yes,
everybody it looks different, especially when we're able to see people when they have their blood work done with us, the
right.
dry blood analysis, when they come to us and they have their eyes read, and we can see the levels of lymphatic stagnation and what areas that you're genetically predisposed to. And these are going to be the very first areas of stagnation. And you're always attacked at your weakest point, you know.
100%.
And like if it's your pancreas, boom, it's going there. All the acidic accumulation and stagnation in your body, it's gonna pile up in your areas of weakness. So like you're gonna feel that type of stuff first. So that's the beauty and the art of trying to, open up these pathways is to relieve the congestion, the log jam in that river,
Right.
that river of your lymphatic flow, to strengthen these areas and to be able to, pump them back up, remind the cells and these areas and these organs like what am I? What am I supposed to be? Oh, I didn't think I was a pancreas anymore because
Right.
I was programmed that way. I was programmed to be weak. And so it's so amazing this, intelligence that is created in us that's in every cell. Like it has a knowing and we can remind it when we give it what is required. When we get into a beautiful alkaline hydrated state, then the cells start to perk back up and remember who they are. And then we become who we're supposed to be. And then we come abundant and we live our lives. So it's really this beautiful pattern in a nutshell is what we're trying to do. But it's like, okay, we break this big, beautiful sequence down into small steps that you can take on your own, to put yourself back into this state of health and wellness. And it really starts with just having a mindset of, I can do it, not telling yourself, okay, here's another thing I gotta take on. Here's another thing I have to talk to my family about that I have to do something differently for everybody. And I have to cook differently, all the negative self-talk people do because they don't want to go to another practitioner. They don't want to go to another doctor. We know what you're thinking. You've been to all these doctors, you've gotten your labs done, you've paid a ton of money, with functional med and maybe like, okay, I gotta take 12 vials of blood again, and it's another, 3 grand. And it's just that's not what's necessary with this stuff. We really put the power back in your hands, and that is our joy to be able to do that because that's really how you're supposed to be. And if you have anything else
Absolutely.
to add to that, Molly.
Yeah, I think it's just important to note, like with our community and with Nourish Life Warriors, we give you the tools, but it's also just going to set you up once you get in a flow of things. Like you had said, Julia, it's kind of the burden of like, oh, change, can I do this? My family, all the things. But once you get to a point where you're feeling the benefits of true cleansing and the terrain is becoming clear and your lymph system is moving again and your energy's back and the brain fog's gone, and it's like, wow, I didn't know I could feel this way, and I really want to continue. So
Mm.
those habits and those tools, you're going to want to continue to do. And you're going to want to show your family and teach other people too. It's so in my mind, it's like, okay, let's get you these tools. Let's start taking inventory, how we got here, these kind of key points, right? And then really it's getting help for you to kind of get in these patterns of like, okay, I'm changing up my foods a bit. I'm getting my lymph system moving. I'm drinking more water. I'm doing all the things to say, wow, this truly can be self-reversed. I just need to take the tools, the steps, and have that accountability to do it, right? So that's what we're here for.
I was just going to say, like, you can get these tools from anywhere. You might have to seek them out, but they exist. What helps make these tools workable and long-term and life-changing for you is having that coaching and that accountability and having others to share your journey with, because that's what keeps you going. We are creatures who need to sometimes see before we believe, and we also borrow from each other's faith too. So when we're in a community of people who are like-minded and they're going through the same things and they're like, "Hey, you can do it." You're like, "Oh, I'm having a bad day," whatever. It's like, "Hey, there's other people in there. They've been there. They're maybe a couple steps down the road. They're helping you to bring you back to be like, no, you got this. That's what we're here for as coaches. It is that accountability piece that keeps you believing that you can do this because this is a paradigm shift. People kind of don't believe they can heal themselves, but this is our God-given blueprint, and it's so amazing that it's there and it's not that hard to get to. It is on the other side of some tough work, some shadow work, some hard lessons, some hard behavioral changes, but it is worth it and it's there. And that's why we created Nourish Life Warriors. Like Molly said, it's a community of like-minded people, all on different areas of their journey, all on different levels. We take you where you're at, we meet you where you are, and we help to give you tools and in the practice that you can start making these changes on your own. And then you have people surrounding you who it's like, yeah, you can do this, you got this, and we're all in this together. And then you start seeing the changes. And then you pass it along to other people. They're going to notice you are different. They're going to feel it. You're going to have a whole different vibration. And it's so fun to see people change because it affects their immediate family, it affects their community. Like, this is world changing. It's a whole other vibe. And this is how we're supposed to be. That's the ironic thing. This is literally how we're supposed to be. Any last minute things, Molly, you wanted to share?
No, I think you nailed it. I think, just the more you start to feel the changes, the more you're going to want to continue. And we're excited for you. We're excited for you to start to feel those changes. And again, like Julia said, it takes time and it takes some energy and shifts to make it happen. But again, we're here for all the accountability. We're excited to have you join the group and just kind of even jump in there and see what we're all about. We're helping in ways of encouragement, but also just, the questions are being answered of like all the health things as well in there too. So we're just excited for you to be a part of it. So
Yes, and
yeah.
how you be a part of it is to click the link below. You're going to fill out all your info. And once you do that, you'll get some emails back. That way you're able to follow all the instructions. And then you'll be in the group. And we, again, just can't wait for you to be there so we can help you live your best life and help you live your most healthy self. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for listening and
Thank
being
you.
here. And we will see you in the group.
Bye.